everybody, I am Sandra Oben. I am an independent sales consultant with Norwex, and I am excited to share a little bit about my office in a box. So, first of all, I do have an office, but there was a time a few years ago where I actually needed to move out of my office and allow my mom to move in for a little while after my dad passed away. And I had to stop and say, oh my gosh, I'm used to spreading all my stuff out everywhere. How can I really condense this? And so that's when I decided to create the office in a box. And you'll notice it's just a plastic container that comes with an actual lid, so it can go on the road with me if I'm going to be moving about. Kids' activities, you could bring this in the car. Holidays, maybe you shouldn't bring holiday work to on holidays. Either way, let me go through a few of these dividers, because I just think for 3 years I've been using it and I love it, and I just think it simplifies everything in your life. Okay, so in here, in our dividers, you will see that the very first thing that I have chosen is, okay, actually before I go into the dividers, I just want to show you, I have all these blank files that sit here. And when somebody books a party, I immediately put my hostess coaching sheet and I staple it on the front so that I am ready to grab a new hostess. They'll look like that at the end, okay? So I have those extra files sitting here in the beginning, and I do use a different color file for my hostesses every year so that I know when my years of being with Norwex are filed, I can say, oh, blue was 2019, yellow was 2020, beige was 2021. It just makes it easy to keep those organized in years for income tax, etc. So the first tab is catalogs and invoices, because I always want to have them ready to grab when people are placing orders. So immediately, that goes first. Current incentives. So the most important thing we can do at the beginning of the month is to watch the Norwex news video and go to the resourceca.norwex.com and upload all the files. And so I upload the files, I print them off so that I have them available. And it's on that first of the month that I ask myself, how many hostesses do I want to have for this month? And that is the number of hostess sheets that I print out, and I have them ready. And so I know that I need to go through, say 20, for example. And so that means I'll be asking people, I may send one in an order and say, oh my gosh, look at the host benefits this month. I'm excited, hope that you'll say, yes, let's do this. But either way, I have those ready and available. And of course I have all other incentives that are going on in that month right there, easy to grab, customer specials, host specials, etc. The next thing I have is I have an area for pending orders, because usually that's a place where I put a file where, say, I just had a host who had a party and now I'm gathering a bit more information, and so those pending orders might need credit card payment. It might mean that I need addresses because they're about to host, etc. So pending orders might be that someone started an order but they haven't finished it yet, and that's where they all go. Now, I do find in the world of leadership, I do find that there are lots of opportunities to keep learning. So often when I have the opportunity, I will print something out and I'll put it in the Read Today file, because there's always little bits and pieces that I don't want to miss out on. And so that is an area that I could bring that file and while I'm having lunch, if I'm on my own, I could bring that out and start reading it. Or if I'm just going to cozy up in a chair and get caught up on my reading, that goes in the Read Now file. The next folder I have is calendar. So, is there anything more important than your calendar? Nope. So, for example, in the month of March, I don't write my hostesses on here. I write all my events and everything. You could write your hostesses on here. I used to when they were in-home parties, but now that they're online, I'm just immediately filling out their file, and it jumped, and I'm constantly going into that one. So before I do my calendar, I'll just show you the very next tab is called Upcoming Parties, and every person who's booked a party, I immediately put the checklist on the front, and I'm going to go through all of those and tick them off. So that's something I touch every single day. Every single day I need to go through that file naturally, right? Just like customer care, and hostess coaching, they need to be done every day, just even 15 minutes, just go through it. But the calendar, I just print these off every month. They're online, they're free, and I just have the whole year set up there so that I can write the international days, holidays, and then of course most of us have VIP groups when you have an established business, and so it's nice to feature items. And so if I just go in to the month ahead of time and see what kind of special days are coming out and use those. So for example, in the month of March, we've got International Women's Day, and they have a purple theme. So I've got the purple products going on in there, like your body balm and your rescue gel and little facial pads. Wednesday is no smoking day, so I'm going to do a 1-day blowout feature of our odor eliminator and how to eliminate smoke smell, gets people's full attention. The week after is St. Patrick's Day and of course the first day of spring. So I'm going to have a green week. So I'll have the green EnviroCloth, green dust mitt, and I'll be featuring cleaning windows and deep cleaning other areas around spring cleaning. Usually people see the windows first, and of course the dust mitt will clean window screens. So those are great weeks to do demonstrations on green items. And then of course on the 22nd, the week of the 21st, is World Water Day, and so that will be a water theme that week, which will be talking about items that, how not to pollute the water, plastic pollution, giving people that information so they become more aware of the pollution going in the water. And using items to talk about would be our counter cloths that have 2 water bottles in each set of 4, or the napkins is another one we could feature, which is 5 water bottles in a pack of napkins and recycled materials. So that week is all about cleaning with water theme, and also talking about and educating, informing people about the water. So that's where my calendar goes, and that's available to be planning ahead. The other thing that I want to mention is I have a file date for Need a Date for those people who said they wanted to book but they haven't got a date yet. And of course, the most important file in history once you have your business up and running is your Power Hour. I don't know if you can see it. I'll tell you why it's so heavy. See that Power Hour? The reason why it's so heavy is because if I have done events in the past, then I have all their invoices in there. So this is all about customer care. So you have your blue for booking file, and that means that every Wednesday our team go and do our customer care calls, because we call it Warranty Wednesday, because doing your customer care calls mean that it's your warranty that you're gonna have a business the next day if you take care of your customers. So that's your Warranty Wednesday. All customer orders that I need to follow up with, check in with, etc., they get put into there. And then of course I'm going to turn them into bookings, because who wouldn't want to book a party, right? Recruiting, people who I know, I have my recruiting eyes on, people who I want to be on my Olympic team. They go on my red for recruiting file. They may not know it yet, but I want them on my team, which means that I have my strengths hat on, which is I'm looking for people's strengths. It might be that they aren't aware of their strengths. It might be that they're really outgoing and social, and I want to use them as a vehicle to reach more people. It might be that they are extremely organized hostess, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would just love for you to be part of this. You have so much to offer. You'd be great at this because you really know how to use your time efficiently and be organized. So you look for tips that you see the gifts in them so that they know, and those are people on that one. So again, on Warranty Wednesday we do a recruiting call as well. And then my last one is pink for personals, and that is my team page genealogy, so that I can make sure that I touch 15 minutes a day by calling one of them. And so again, there are many more tabs here, but those are the ones that I believe everybody could benefit by having. The rest of them are, things like 2-day thank you. So in my follow-up calls, people who, that party that's in pending, when it finishes pending, it's going to get popped into the 2-day thank you. So I make sure I give them their thank you and put a little number 2 on the top of their invoice. And then when I finish those, they're going to go into the 2-week one, where I can put another number 2 on the top of the invoice so that I know where I left off, and that will be the 2-week call to check in and see if they've taken it the bag, are they using it, are they excited, are they rubbing butter on the window, that kind of stuff. I always encourage people to have a checklist of the things that are most important to them. I have it's called my daily rituals with love, because everything I do, I want to come from a loving place. So these are my daily rituals of things that need to be done to stay a whole, grounded person. And then on the bottom are all of our current events that I want to be inviting people to. So it might be that we have a healthy home event, an online party for our team. I want to have those dates on there ready to talk to in case someone calls, and I know at the tip of my tongue I can say, oh my gosh, we've got an event coming in 2 days, you want to join it, or our next one's on this date. So having it at the tip of your tongue, this clipboard comes with me. It's out on my desk every day. And of course, we have a body cloth challenge coming up. This tells me that I need 4 more people in there. And again, any other events that I want, or training that I want my team to take part in. All right. So on that note, those are the basics, and that's what I love about my business in a box. And I even think it looks pretty because it's got lots of color in it. So thank you for joining me, and happy, I was gonna say happy March, but you might be watching this in a different month. But I just wish you success in your business. Bye for now.